I realized the other day I happen to have a Dell Optiplex board here, an i7-2600, but it's a Dell Optiplex board, so I only have the front panel connector for this, so it's not going to fit well in other cases. So I'm going to build a computer in a cardboard box with, i7-2600. I think it's an MATX motherboard. We have 4 RAM slots, so I'm going to try to get that up to 16 gigabytes, maybe only 8 though. And our nice Dell bomb. It's 80 plus gold, I think, though, or something. And other specs, we're going to have 1 terabyte hard drive from that HP computer. Just got to get things cleaned up. And you see I have the front panel for it, but I don't have the case. I get a cooler bit cleaned up, though, from thermal paste. After a lot of scrubbing with some 99% isopropyl alcohol and paper towels, so I got this heatsink clean. CPU is already clean, but I just tapped it up just a little bit in case there was something on it. Orientation of this is going to kind of suck because this CPU power is not very long, so it's going to be a bit jank. But I'm going to start by cutting out part of this box. This is going to get really bad looking really fast. And I don't have the I/O plate for this motherboard. I either lost it or never had it. And this is going to just look so bad. Also, I had a piece of cardboard here just so that the motherboard doesn't shove right into the power supply, because I don't know if that would cause any problems. Yeah, this is kind of looking a little bit bad, but hey, there it is. I/O. Alright, I got the front panel plugged in, I think. So here's our front panel, let's say. Just add a couple touches to it. And my cat. I guess we'll put on the CPU cooler, and then probably install RAM, see if how this goes. There. B-size mount. Alrighty, installed the cooler. Unfortunately, this also has weird fan connectors, so I cannot connect a second fan, because I have none like this. But the CPU fan's the same way. Thankfully, I have that. And I'm going to try to put in as much RAM in here as possible, see if I can get 16 gigabytes. Oh yeah. We have some G-Skill rip jaws. I think it's... yeah, here's that. I don't know if it'll be that speed or not. I'll just do this myself. Okay, this RAM's in, I think. For some reason, it's like... none of these clipped in very nicely, so I'm going to see if it even wants to work. Plug in a hard drive later. I'm going to see if it just wants to post. Alright, I'll plug in this just a second. We don't have a power button, so instead I'm just going to short some pins somewhere down here. Right down there. Alright, let's see what happens. Wait a second, turn that back off. There we go, it's spinning. Yo. Nice. I'll try to get into the BIOS or something. Well, I could have guessed this was going to happen. Oops. I mean, there's no hard drives here, no fans, no time of day, memory change. So let's just see what happens. This is probably going to show up every time. The good news is, memory's detected, even though it didn't feel like it was in there very nicely. Nice. For some reason, every time I try to press enter on this, it doesn't move over to the right side. Nothing I'm doing is working. I don't know how to get over there. Okay, now my mouse works, so I think I can do this stuff now. It just wasn't working with the keyboard. I don't get it. Whatever, I'll figure this out. Alright, I'm going to try to shut this down again, try to get a hard drive plugged in here, and try to boot Windows 10 on here. I'll be using the hard drive from that HP before. Unfortunately, my only SATA cable I have laying around might even just be SATA 1. Even though I don't know what speed this motherboard takes, but it probably takes at least SATA 2. So I might be losing some speed on that. Alright, I'll turn it back on and see what happens. Will it remember the BIOS settings? That's another question. And will it boot from this USB? I don't know. Hard drive's doing something, but it does have a Windows 10 install on it. Let's see. I'll just fast forward this bit. Looks like something's happening. I don't know if it's booting from the hard drive or the USB, because the logo popped up for 1 second, then it was just like a blinking line. If it just starts, it might just boot into that other install. I don't know if this is which install this is. I'll just go through this. We got it going though. I guess while we're waiting on this, I'll just show you the front of the system. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it's there, and it's got some really weird blinking lights. Okay, so the USB is working because I can just wipe this out, which I am going to do because that Windows version from like 2017 or something, and this is just probably a lot easier. I think it's working. This is going to take a long time though, since I chose a hard drive, but I wasn't expecting this setup to work at all. And if I ever get an extra DVD drive or something I can shove in here, this box is about the same size as a regular 5 1/4 inch drive, so I can probably just shove one in here and just sit in there. Fortunately, I don't have any sort of graphics cards, so probably not going to have that. We'll just probably have Intel HD 2000 or whatever, but we'll see how this performs, I guess. I didn't really mount this hard drive in there. All I did was put a piece of cardboard under it so that this power connector would not just be getting pushed or smashed. I don't know. I can only have 4 SATA powers on this suspicious Dell power supply, and nothing for a graphics card, unfortunately. Whenever we install Windows, I don't know if I'm going to do any games tests on here, but I am going to test a little bit of probably web browsing and check out the hard drive specs. Like, I think it's 7200 RPM SATA 3, but I don't think this cable is SATA 3. I do want to check that out. I know an SSD would be a lot faster, but I'm just trying to keep this cheap, and I just want to check out this hardware that I've had laying around for almost a year now. I might reuse this hard drive in a different system later. This probably isn't permanent, so we'll see. Oh, Optiplex 790, and we're gonna get a bunch of warnings again in a second. I'll just have to deal with that, I guess. Not sure if it's a good sign if we're back here again. I don't know why we're back here. I don't know why. I can't. I don't know. Can I get into Windows sometime? Or no? I really hope I can. Like, after it restarted when I was here last time, like in a little bit, that's when things just kind of broke, and I'm not sure why. Oh wait, that might be because the USB is set to be boot first. Wait, would that even make a difference? I'm gonna see if I can yank this USB out while whenever it reboots and see what happens. Because the last time it just was broken. USB's unplugged. What's gonna happen now? I mean, we're gonna get warnings again because this is just dumb OEM system crap. 790. I'll just skip ahead. Well, Windows is going, but I don't know if it's the old one or the new one at this point. Oh my gosh, how have I installed? Wait, what? I think I've installed Windows 10 twice. I'm not sure what just happened. And now it's black. Oh wait, I hope I'm not boot looping now. Something's gone awry. Yeah. That or it's the 2017 Windows and like this Windows, which just doesn't make sense, but I might have just done it twice. I don't know. And it's gonna take a while to load this, unfortunately. I don't know if this drive's just excruciatingly slow or if this Windows install was broken at this point, but the hard drive light is going. I don't know what's going on here. You know, at this point, I'm just gonna power it down and see if it still works, because this is taking way too long. This is taking a little bit too long, and I can't seem to power the system off, so I'm just gonna have to cut the power completely. I don't really have more time for this today, so this is just gonna be... I built the cardboard box PC, I guess, the Dell Optiplex. I'm gonna have to see if I can install Windows on here later for testing, so might be a part 2 for this. See you later. It does seem to be working now. I don't know. I just waited and started working. Yeah. Oh, my favorite part. Saying no to everything. Yeah, no Cortana. It's not like you let me do it myself. Question is, will I still be able to boot in here later? Totally sounds like, what is it? I don't know. That doesn't sound like a good thing. Oh my gosh, we're actually here. Well, I didn't think we'd actually get this far, but let's go. I'll have to make a part 2 on this. This is taking too long, and I don't have time, like I said. So, goodbye for real this time. We're going to do some tests later. See how usable it is. Get it connected to the internet, probably. Bye.